Hello guys, in this tutorial we are discussing about third important chapter in Python, that is nothing but input and output statements. Okay, input and output statements. Before going into this chapter, let me explain you a small program. Okay, let me explain you a small Python program. Let us go to the ideally. So this is the ideally. Now in this ideally I'm writing a program. Here what I'm doing, I'm writing a small program which can calculate the sum of two numbers. Okay, which can give me the sum of two numbers. Let's see, my two numbers are a and b. Okay, my two numbers are a and b, and think that my a value is 100 and b value is what, something like 200. Suppose if my a value is 100 and b value is 200, how can I calculate the sum? I can calculate the sum by using a additional operator plus. So c equal to a plus b. So what I'm doing here, this expression, okay, I'm calculating the sum of a plus b and that I'm giving it to the variable called as c. Now if I print the value c, then I can get the addition of these two numbers. Okay, in this way we can find the sum of two numbers in Python. Okay, so in this way we can find the sum of two numbers very easily in Python. Okay, now what is the problem in this approach is, like in this approach we are just hard coding the two variables. Okay, we are just hard coding the two variables and its values. Now the problem is, every time when I run, okay, every time when I run, input is the same. Okay, input is the same. So for that matter, in proper programming practice, okay, in proper programming practice, it is not highly recommended to maintain hard coded input. Okay, it is not recommended to maintain hard coded input in the Python program. So for that reason, okay, so for that reason, it's very much required to take the input. Okay, it's very much required to take the inputs. Okay, dynamically we need to take the inputs from the user rather than hard coding the input in the Python program. So now in this tutorial we are discussing about this concept called as taking dynamic inputs from the user. So how to take these inputs from the user? Okay, to take the input from user, we have a very important function in Python, that is nothing but input. Okay, this is nothing but input function. So with this function, okay, this function we can, okay, we can take the input from the user. Okay, with this function we can take the input from the user. Okay, with this help of this function we can take the dynamic input from the user. Let's see how we can take the dynamic input from the user. So now, okay, now let me take the input from the user. So as I told you, I can take the input from the user by using the input of function, right? So let's see how can we do that. Okay, so by using this input of function, I can take the input. So for the meaningful information, okay, better to maintain a meaningful information to the user so that he can understand what he is trying to, okay, what he is doing there. So for the meaningful information, I'm giving, okay, I'm putting this text here. Okay, so enter value for a, or else enter a value. So in this way I'm putting this meaningful information to the user for the better understanding. Same way for b also I'm keeping this. Okay, enter b value. So what I'm doing here, so I'm taking the data from the user, not hard coding in the code. I mean, not at all, I'm not hard coding the values in the program. So in this way I'm taking the, okay, I am taking the input from the user. Now let's run and see what happens. See here, okay, here what happening means it is asking the value from the user. Okay, it is asking a value. So enter a value. Suppose if I enter some value like 999, or else if I enter something like 888. So what happens here is, whatever the value, okay, whatever the value this input function is holding, that means whatever the value entered by the user, that will be, okay, that will be assigned. Okay, that will be assigned to the value, I mean the assigned to the variable called as a. So all of you know that equal to is what? Assignment operator. Okay, so whatever the value that was entered by the user, that is getting assigned to a variable called as a. So now my variable a is holding the value 888 which I entered there. Same way, once I press the enter, okay, once I press the enter button, then next line in this code will get executed. Okay, next line in this code is nothing but this line. Okay, so here what it is asking, it is asking the user to enter the b value. So if I enter some b value like 111, okay, if I enter b value as some 111, in this case what happens, whatever the value 111 which I entered will be assigned to the value, okay, will be assigned to a variable called as b. So in this way, now I got the values for both a and b. Okay, I got the values for both a and b. So let's run now. So when I run, what happens? Okay, what happens? It will, okay, a value is what? 888 and b value is what? 111. So what is the value of 888 plus 111? It is nothing but 999. Okay, it is nothing but 999. So C will hold the value 999 and 999 will get printed. Okay, 999 will get printed. But there is small flaw in this. Okay, there is a small flaw in this program. So let's run and see. Okay, see, this is what we are expecting as an output, right? So let's run and see. Okay, we are expecting 999, but let's see what happens. See, we are expecting the output as 999, but here it is coming as 888 111. So what might be the issue here? Okay, the issue is, okay, the issue is by default. Okay, let me write this point here. Okay, okay, by default input function will take the, okay, will take the input as a string data type. Okay, as a string data type. Okay, now being a programmer, okay, being a programmer, we have to convert the input. Okay, being a programmer, it is our responsibility to, okay, to convert the input, or else convert the string input into our desired input. Okay, or else our desired data type. So in this scenario, what is my desired data type? Okay, my desired data type is nothing but integer. Okay, I am expecting an integer here. So in this way, I want to convert, okay, whatever the input that I am getting, okay, whatever the input that I am getting, I want to convert that into integers. So a equal to what? So now, as of now, a is what? String, that I am converting to integer. Okay, what I am doing in this line? Converting a to integer. Okay, same thing I want to do for b as well. Okay, b equal int of b. So converting b to int. So now what happened? Okay, what happened now? Whatever the string values that I got from the user, okay, whatever the string values that I got from the user, that I converted to integers. Okay, that values I converted to integer. Now if I do the addition between 888 and 999, okay, now if I do the addition between 888 and 999, 888 and 111, then I will get my desired output to call as 999. Now let's run and see. So when I enter 888, by default it will take in a string format. Okay, in a string data type it will take. Again when I enter 111, again it will take in a string format only. Now what happens is, whatever the inputs that I am taking, when I am converting into integers, those are converted as integers. Then if I apply this addition between a and b, then it will give me the output of 999. So that is the what? That is the output which I got here. Okay. So in this way, okay, so in this way we can take the input from the user. Okay, in this way we can take the input from the user dynamically in a Python program. Okay, for that we use a function called as input function. Now here I need to convert a node point here. Okay, here I need to convert a node point here. That is nothing but in Python 2. Okay, that in Python 2, we have two functions. one is nothing but the raw input and the other one is nothing but input. Okay, other one is nothing but the input. So raw input function, what it will do, whatever the phenomenon, I mean whatever the concept that is applicable for input function in Python 3, same concept will be applicable for raw input in Python 2. Okay, that means in Python 3, how input function is working. Okay, how input function is working with the same functionality raw input function used to work in Python 2. Then what about input function in Python 2? Input function, what it will do means, okay, input function what it will do means, it will, okay, it will convert any data type into its, okay, any data that user enters, it will convert it into its own data type. Okay, it has the capability to convert it into its native data type. But here in Python 3, we don't have two input functions. Okay, in Python 3, okay, in Python 3 we don't have two input functions. We have only one input function, that is nothing but input function, and its core functionality is to take every input as a string only. Okay, its core functionality is everything, it will be taken as a string only, no other data. Okay, any data we may enter, but at the end of the day all the data will be treated as a strings only. Now, being a programmer, it is our responsibility to convert it into our desired data type. I hope all of you understand how to work with this input function. In the next tutorial, we will try to explain the input function with a few more examples for the better understanding. Thank you so much. Bye.